Leah's American leg. 7-year-old Leah lived in Vietnam, where there had been a terrible war. A landmine had exploded and killed both her daddy and mother. Leah was left crippled with one leg. In that country, with so much sadness, a kind lady started an orphanage for the boys and girls who had no mother or father. In the Peace Orphanage, more than 1,000 children found a home where they could laugh and play again. Little Leah went there to live with the other boys and girls. The kind lady that ran the orphanage was called Madam by the children. One day, Madam called Leah and said, "Now that you are 7 years old and one of the older girls, I am going to give you a job." "Yes, Madam," answered Leah politely. "What can I do?" Wow, 7 years old with a job. "You may help care of the babies in the nursery," answered Madam as she smiled at Leah. "Would you like that?" "Oh yes," said Leah. She clapped her hands for joy, for she loved the babies. Of course, the work was hard for a 7-year-old girl, especially for one who had one leg and had to use a rawhide crutch. But that didn't prevent Leah from working hard all day long. She was happy. Many boys and girls in the world with 2 good legs complain when they are asked to go on a 15-minute errands, but Leah never complained. She smiled and hobbled about her work hour after hour. Leah had learned something wonderful, that when we are working hard to help others, we forget our own troubles. As Leah went about caring for her babies, she would sometimes have a minute to look outside the orphanage to watch the myna birds hopping about, or to admire the flame-colored blossoms on the tree by the gate. One warm day, Leah saw a stranger coming up the walk toward the orphanage. She soon learned that he was an American doctor from far across the sea. He had come to help the children in the orphanage who were sick. As he went about helping and caring for the children, he met Leah. He watched her as she helped take care of the babies. He was sorry because she had only one leg. He wanted to help her. He talked to Madam about Leah. Then he talked to Leah. One day, the kind doctor operated on the stump of Leah's leg. Soon it healed, and by Christmas time, it was ready for an artificial leg. The doctor had written to America, to a place that makes artificial legs, and had asked to have one made for Leah. After several months, the artificial leg arrived in Vietnam. It was an exciting day for Leah when the doctor put her brand new leg on her. She held his hand and took a few steps. She smiled and then burst into tears of joy, and so did the doctor and Madam. They all cried because they were so happy for Leah. The women and girls in Leah's country wear long black trousers that reached to the ankles. So did Leah most of the time, but for a whole week after she got her new leg, she rolled up her trousers up. Everyone must have a chance to see the new American leg. One night, as the doctor was walking quietly through the orphanage after the children had gone to sleep, he came to Leah's bed. She was sound asleep and still wearing her American leg. The doctor woke her up and said, "Leah, you must not wear your artificial leg to bed. It might injure your stump." "But doctor," she said sleepily, "I do not take my Vietnamese leg off when I go to bed. So why must I take my American one off?" The doctor smiled. He knew how much the leg meant to Leah. He knew how grateful and thankful she was to have it.